Hello everybody, welcome back to Dyson Sphere Program. Now look at where we are. We are at NTR J023624, neutron star at the edge of the solar system, sorry, the galaxy. And we are 0.1 astronomical units away from our new defense base. So I'm going to land on this place, I'm going to build a defense base on the North Pole, and then I'm going to go back home. Okay, I'm going to slow it down for a second here just to say this is crazy. This is way more chaotic than I even thought. It's funny because they're only level 4, well they were level 3, now they're level 4, but there's just so many of them. Like imagine if all of these bases were like level 20. I'm just trying to clear out somewhat of an area so that I can start building. So I'm trying to build on this red pole because that's the North Pole. Maybe I can just start. I also don't have enough concrete to do this, but oh shoot, I'm also getting attacked like elsewhere. That kind of sucks. I am hoping I can come back to that later and be okay. Alright, so we have a blueprint that we designed a long time ago. Should work in this situation. It's got 2 logistics towers, and then the rest is just like turrets and stuff. I'm gonna build it here and then probably take out that other military base on the left just to have some extra breathing room. Okay, this isn't gonna work. I have to force build. It's not gonna have enough foundation. Oh, you know what? Ah, shoot. I think I need to flatten some areas. Maybe I can just force build and then come back and build more later. Okay, so let me take out this base. If we could build some of these things, we can bring in extra stuff. Like we can bring in extra concrete and stuff. But let me do the lowering of the mineral thingy. And also pave over the water. And let's try that blueprint again. Yeah, build exactly on top of where it already was. Force build again. Hope this doesn't like double build anything. It looks like it's kind of working. I haven't built one of these blueprints in a while, so I kind of forget what it all involves. It's already got the demands and stuff. Well, there's one slot here, and I know that I'm going to need concrete, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. Let's put these up to max power. Request. I don't want that many though. Okay, it does request it even without power. I think I need to kickstart some of the... Oh, this is interesting. I don't... The blueprint did not save... Didn't save as a receiver. That's really interesting. Well, I do want to receive all this stuff, so... And then we'll put in some fuel. Eventually more fuel will come. But let's boost this. Warpers will go to both because they go here. And there were some things that I remember that were just not correct. Like, especially around these, what are these called? The analysis base? Yeah. Like, we need to make sure they export. I mean, mean, they look fine to me right now, but... Yeah, like this one doesn't have an export on it. So, I mean, if I was gonna do my due diligence, I would redo the blueprint, but I also don't want to. So that's the other thing. Now this is gonna take a while to like fully boot up. So maybe I'll just speed it up a little bit while we watch this boot up. So why am I doing this? Well, we've been sitting around just waiting to get these things. Silicon-based neuron. I think that's the one I've been waiting on. This is the highest tier one. And I'm trying to get it all from Kappa Craterus, but it just doesn't seem to be happening fast enough. So I figured, let's go somewhere else that has a lot of enemies. It's typically solar systems very far away from our home planet, like this one, with the groovy looking neutron star, and maybe they'll have a lot of enemies. You can actually see Kappa Craterus is level 21, at least that one is, so there's some high level ones. Alright, so this base is booting up. The logistics towers are powered up, which means we also have shields that are powering up, but we're finally at 100% sufficiency on the power. We are already using more drones. We're already out of drones and we need more. As you can see, it's using a lot of plasma pellets. Now I think, let me test something. If I go to these analysis spaces and I go to the filter, oops, not that. Not that. This one. Okay, good. This is what I want it to be. Only the dark fog stuff. What else did we need? That is fine. We're waiting on concrete. Okay, there we go. Now we got a lot more. Let's try the blueprint once again. Line up the towers and click and place foundation. Okay, it did something. Wait, or did it? Oh my gosh, it instantly places them. I don't know if I've ever done that before. That's hilarious. I thought I was gonna have to like build them with drones. Why are these guys hanging out? I think we could just leave now. Unless y'all want to just hang out and watch it for a while, but... I mean, we just got another shipment of drones. So we got a bunch of reserve drones here. They send them off to all the little analysis spaces. They just hold 200 in the reserve and then they load the rest in here. That's actually a ton. We've got our plasma turrets and missiles. The missiles are kind of both. They do like space and ground. This is just for space. The plasma turrets. And then these guys are SR? I guess that's like surface or something. Anyway.
A landing relay station detected.
Alright, so I'm gonna go repair, which I'm guessing is Kappa Craterus. So we're gonna go back into our normal area of the solar system and hope that this doesn't get destroyed.
Warp engine activated.
Boom, there's that warp base. Started another Dyson Sphere project that I don't think you've even seen yet. Let me show you that.
Cruise ended.
We actually have 3 now. So Metalla is still not 100%. I think it was 100%, and then once we started upgrading, it kept needing more and more power. Or it kept, I guess, using more. But yeah, it's like 92, which is really not how much power we're using on the planet. It's more about how many RAID receivers we have and how much they're able to export. We have it's really like 5 sets of 17 is how I remember it. So, what is that? Like 85 basically RAID receivers. And every time I research efficiency, that makes them even better, which makes this even harder to stay at 100. Anyway, we are slowly adding a little bit more to the Dyson sphere, so it will slowly approach 100%. We also started one on Al-Shamali. It's pretty basic. Oh yeah, I forgot about this inner one. I actually really like that one. I think it looks kind of cool. Is that it? Yeah, so that's still going. It's already over 100. But the interesting one is this guy. This place is insane. Like, look at this. You can zoom in and just see how huge everything is. It's basically like a 5x sized planet of what you're used to. I mean, it's still like just getting going. But the star itself is around 2.5 luminosity. So if you compare that to like Al-Shamali, Al-Shamali is less than 1. Tal is less than 1. This is 2.5. So every solar sail that you launch is actually like 2.5 solar sails. Crazy. So anyway, I assume that
A landing relay station detected.
we will eventually get a ton of power from this. I'm not actually sure why it's not at 100%. I think that means that the
Extraterrestrial dark fog is assaulting.
RAID receivers that we have in that system could accept a lot more Dyson power. So anyway, that's happening in the background.
Mineral.
I've got a bunch of these recomposing assemblers, and I'm going to get right into it and just start upgrading. And then I'm going to solve the belt problem on the back end. So first, I'm going to upgrade all the facilities to this tier 3. And then I'll come back and talk to y'all again. Alright, that was easy, huh? So, the real problem is the belts. And I'm going to try to solve this on a theoretical basis as opposed to actually watching the belts, because they may not back up yet. The real bottleneck is going to be silicon. That's on our to-do list to upgrade silicon smelting, but we haven't done that yet, so. Okay. So let's first think about these components. And I'm going to switch over to Excel again. So we have now upgraded these facilities so that they have a maximum output of 225 per second. Remember, a belt is 120 max, so it's like very close to 2 belts. In fact, I think we could probably do that math real quick. Like, well, this is not working right now, but yeah, so 90 minutes, right? Sorry, that's not... Wait, does that mean 90? Oh, it does mean 90 per minute. Okay, so 90 per minute, that's 1.5 per second. Okay, so here we are. 120 is 1
Mineral
belt.
depleted.
They make 1.5 per second. So, whoops, if you divide, you get 80. Let me think about that. So 80 facilities to 1 belt. And that's an output. We're talking about output. Which makes sense because 160 Yeah, would be 240. Okay. So, how do we build this so that after 80 facilities, the belt is self-contained, essentially? You know, one thing that we could do that might make this easier is actually use logistics towers as opposed to trying to like keep it on the same belt. But I don't know. I think it's kind of fun to try to just keep it all self-contained. Um, hmm. So right now this belt starts here and it wraps all the way around. So I think that's a good place for
Mineral
us to start.
depleted.
So wind is 80. This is 150 total. That might be 80 right there. That's actually 70. Okay, so let me go to the end of this line and maybe add 10. And then we'll do something with it. There might be room to like... Oh wait, but we're going that way with it. Okay, so let me add 10 more. And then we can like delete 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we still have the same number. But we want this belt to just be the end. Okay, so these can stop. They're not going anywhere. What if we did this? What if we took it like this? Let's let this run off. There we go. Now that could be the start of a new belt, and then this is a full belt, so it's gonna wrap around. Do we even have room? Let's see. I think we have room to just kind of run them parallel like this. Okay, getting too big. Ah, okay, maybe we don't have room. Shucks. Alright. What if we just put it in here? Is that crazy? Alright, I know, I'm just... It's gonna look like I'm doing lazy man's strategy. And maybe I am, but... I think there might be some reason to it. Let's max out the energy there. Okay, so if the components are going into that tower, shouldn't they all go into there? And if that's where we're if that's what we're resorting to, then maybe we just should, you know? Now, okay, I was about to do one line coming from the right and one line coming from the left, but I'd like to keep this a uniform line. Okay, well then, let's just cut off this. And, wait a minute. Okay, that's fine. I was looking at this broken one. I thought that was us, but that's not. Yeah, so from here over is we're gonna switch directions on it. Break this, just because if they're really long and you try to switch directions on them, they kind of glitch out. So reverse path, and then okay, this is obviously going to be obsolete now. We'll make it again later if we need it. So this is going to come all the way down. I'm going to switch this one too, and then connect them. Whoops, like that.
Mineral depleted.
Remember, when you do this, you always have to have the white out sorter things, which it looks like we do. And then blue on the insorter is fine, as long as they're fast enough. Okay, so now both lines are coming here, so we might need to use an extra line here, like that. And then this one will just U-turn. and then we can just run both of these in that tower. Oh. Gotta remember to actually build things. There we go. It's so nice to have fast construction drones. I think they can get even faster, though. Alright, so... Yeah. They go all the way in. Okay. So we're definitely using the towers.
Flight
Now we gotta fix the input of them, because let's actually do that before we, well, I should really start using them at least. Okay, so let's scroll up to processors. Alright, so we upgraded it, so I can do that now. It does require more than 120 components, obviously. It's going to require all of them. So we need 2 lines of circuit boards coming out of here, and also 2 lines of components. There is an extra space here, so we could use it. Now, if this is 60 per second, that means it's 120 per second in. So it takes 60 buildings before it uses up an entire line of the components. So let's go ahead and demand them first. Where are they? Oh my god. There they are. Oof. Okay, 9,500 is good. And then I'm gonna grab this here. Go like that. I wonder if I use a blue, if that's fast enough. Oh yeah. They grab more than one. Yeah, I'm being very nitpicky here, but I actually want to downgrade. Can I copy that? Okay, great. So yeah, we want 60 like this. So let me just build the belt over. I wish I could count this better. Is it 10 in between each power pole? Something like that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 5. Probably is, right? 10. I'll just count them manually. 5, 15, 25, 35, 45. We're going for 60. 55. 60. Oh shoot, we didn't have the belt. Or enough. Okay, let me copy those again, because I didn't get the belt on it. Okay, now that's 60. I guess we could double check.
Mineral depleted.
Yeah, that's 60, which means... Why did we do that? I feel silly now. I don't think I did that correctly. I mean, it's correct, I just didn't do what I intended. So, I didn't actually want both of these to be inserters. Really, it was this belt, the second belt, was gonna kick in once the first one ran out. That was the idea. Right, so, actually don't even need these. Okay, so that's 2 belts of components coming out and feeding
Mineral
this line.
depleted.
I'm going to fast forward while I fix all of these sorters. Okay, now the second belt, I don't think it's another 60, right? It's only 40. Yeah, because we have 100 total. So that's fine. Let's jump back over to Excel. Look at the processors. Oh, it's right in front of my face. Yeah, so the output is actually less than 120, so that's fine. However, we need to do essentially the same thing with the circuit boards that we just did with the components. So let's think about that. We could just do 2 belts of circuit boards coming out of the logistics tower. That's fine. But how do we sneak it in? One thing I've done before is where you have one that goes this direction
Mineral depleted.
on the other side of the output, and then it kind of comes in from the far right, and they kind of meet in the middle. It's kind of a cool way to do it. So maybe let's try that. So if we have a second output of circuits, I feel like it would make sense for this to become that one. And then this one can hop over here. Cool. Yeah, processes are fine to output. And we'll know where the first line needs to end based on what we already did. Oh, I gotta make sure I go back to build this. From what we already did on the component line. So wherever that one ends, that's where the circuit one is going to end. Because they're the same ratio. Surprised we haven't ran out of belts. I had a lot in my inventory. Okay, so this one is the 60th, right? So what we'll do is shut it off there. And then this whole line here is going to reverse. And we're gonna just do a U-turn at the end of the line here. Oh, okay. This box is in our way. Why are there so many of these missile thingies?
Building destroyed.
Uh-oh. There's 2 uh-ohs at the same time. One of them was a building being destroyed. Wait a minute. Oh, interesting. I guess it's giving that icon instead of the red one because it's in the radius of a analysis drone that could rebuild it automatically, but I don't have a spare part laying around. So I do need to deal with that. Okay. It's kind of scary. Are they taking over? Is my defense not strong enough on Kappa Craterus? So Kappa Craterus is my defense farm, basically. Not a defense farm. It's a dark fog farm. But I thought it was going to be strong enough for that.
Dark fog base core destroyed.
Base core destroyed. Okay. I'm confused now. I will say it's been nice having the alerts muted, though. Don't regret it.
Upgrade.
Okay. Ooh, we actually need to queue up another upgrade. See, look at us go. We're still going. So the solar ray efficiency is still going to be like the cheapest, but I feel like I don't need that. See, look, construction drone flight speed still increasing. And more drones too. That's actually kind of nice. Honestly, I really just want vein utilization, so I'll get that again, even though it's 84,000 cubes now. And I do want to go check on Kappa Craterus, but I want to finish what I'm doing here. So we're not quite finished, and it has to do with the ingredients for the components. So if we go back to Excel and look at it, we go back to the components section. Here we go. So yeah, two problems, right? One, high purity silicon needs 3 belts now because it's almost 360 silicon per second. And then copper plate needs at least 2 belts because it's over 120. All right, so lots of belts. I mean, the 350 number makes me wonder if it can handle it in a logistics tower, but I'm gonna just assume that it can. And just cross my fingers and hope everything works out. I'm wondering if we could just delete this stuff just so we'll have extra room, because I mean, you can see what's going on here. The silicon crystals are being made 100% from fractal silicon, which I guess it could eventually run out. You know, we could just copy this pretty easily, right? Will that work? It's like really snug in there. I think if I move it out a little, it will work. Base foundation. Where are you? We don't even have smelters. That's funny. But we will when I delete this. Okay, so what did I just do? This outputs
Mineral depleted.
here. And then this, essentially... Yeah, I guess I'll just do that so I'll remember. And then we have extra room here, so... we can... shove everything over. So let's shove over the fractal silicone, export... and the import can be shoved over as well. That's the import of the crystals. Okay, so now what is this? Oh yeah, this is the export of silicon to make silicon crystal. So that can be here. In fact, let's just delete this. Make it right there. Alright. Starting to make sense. Got tons of silicone. I can just put it there. Alright. Now we need another one coming out. We have 3 coming out now. We gotta figure out what to do about it. So, yeah. Man, it's tricky. We just don't have room for anything. I think I'm gonna have to utilize the coming in from the other end tactic. But the main thing is we just get the counts correct. Whoops, I don't know what that was. So let's go back and figure out the counts. Well, we may not even need Excel for this, except for maybe to do some division. So if these are 1.5 every second, then the ingredients, silicone, is double that. 3 per second. Okay, so what's 120 divided by 3? 40. So every 40 is using up a silicone belt. So let's just track this right here, and we'll just dead end the belts, and that'll be our reminder. Okay, that's 48, and I need to a better way to keep track of this. Shoot.
Flight mode.
Okay, I think it was like over here by this water. If I start from that power pole, that's 37. So I think this is 40. just going to assume this is 40 here. And then now let's see if I'm right. Okay, 40. So that's as much as that can take. Is this also 40 on this line? Probably not, because these have the power poles on them. Yeah, so that's 38. So maybe that one goes to, like, here? Yeah, and I'm sort of guessing. Okay, let's count that. 39. Oops. So we're going to go to this one.
Mineral
Okay.
depleted.
I almost want to just delete all this. How far down does this go? Man, it goes a long way. Was this correct? 40. Something doesn't seem right about this. Don't we have like 150 of these? Oh, but we don't
Mineral
use all
depleted.
150. That's right. That's why it's confusing me. Like, if we used all 150 of these, it would be 450. 450 silicon per second, which would be 4 belts. That's why I'm getting a little confused. It doesn't change the fact that these two lines are good as is. That is still true. Okay. So, we just need the others. I mean, I guess I could just belt it all the way around. I could have it come in from a different tower over on the other end of the line, but I'd rather not. So, the question is, do we want to bring 2 belts this way or just 1? Let me check one more time. So copper is 225 at the most. Okay. So even if the 150 facilities were 100% utilized, it would still only require 2 belts of copper. Okay. But we don't yet have a solution for where the copper will come from. So what you could do is this. Right? And then you have copper and silicon sort of going right next to each other, then they go all the way to the end and loop around. But I mean, you can see how weird that is, because they'll have to go past these.
Mineral depleted.
Okay, I think I'm gonna just build another tower. I mean, that makes the most sense, right? And it's just clean, like you can have copper coming out of it too. Okay, committing. So yeah, we're just gonna do both, and then they're both gonna be receivers. So let me fly back first, because this means I don't need to do the loop around strategy, and I can delete those belts that were coming out here. Delete these belts. We're desperately low on silicone though, as you can see. So if 40 was the magic number for silicone, then 80 is the magic number for the copper. Okay, but what's that? If this is 40 and this is 40, then that's 80. But, oh wait, 1, 2, 3. So this is 37, this is 77, this is 78, 79, 80. And then reverse these 2 silicons as well.
Okay, I feel like I just cheated, but I also feel like I'm correct. Also, this is 150 facilities, but it would be so nice if it was a round number like 160. Then everything works perfectly, but no, I'm gonna keep it like this. Okay, so same thing. 2 belts of silicone coming out of the tower, 1 belt of copper coming out. They're already built, they're already there, they're already moving in the right direction. The one thing I want to change is this. I could make it a bridge. Or, actually, let's just auto-bridge it after building these guys. There we go. Okay. I think we just did something. Now, let's see. We got 2 belts of components coming out. They both go into a tower. Production is very slow, so it's behind. Those components fly into here, and then they come out of there in 2 belts, go down the line. They fill up 60, I think, per belt on the first belt, and then the remainder kicks in right here. And those all get exported on a single belt of processors on the output, which is... here's the processor output. 87.4 processors per second. Okay. Done. Easy. Alright, cool. I'm gonna take a little pause and go take care of Kappa Craterus, or at least check on it. And then after that, we'll keep going. Okay, the universe is safe for now, so we are back on Metalla 3. And I'm going to do one quick update before ending that I noticed. In this spreadsheet, it looks like plastic needs a little bit of a boost. So, surprise me, but I'm not sure why. But it needs 31, we have 26 per second, so I think I'm going to go up to 48, which should get us there. And we are here at the plastic line. Right now it's 40 on each side. Sorry, 20 on each side with a 40 total. So I'm going to add 4 facilities to each side here. Let me extend this. Actually, you know what? No, I'm going to do... the out is still going to be here. So we're going to have to, like, come the other direction with it. You could even join it like that. Is this going to work, though? Let's see. So this could cut here. If we can move this blue line over like that. Okay, yeah, I think this is going to barely fit. And then let's extend all the belts first. Output will be that way. Gotta have it long enough to fit 4 of these things, so. Okay, so then this thing can hop over that. And just go straight over there. There we go. Is that enough? Probably not. Go like a little bit further. Alright. 1, 2, 3, 4. Black item. Oh, that's funny. They have like yellow inserters for this. One, two, three, 4. That's the power. Looks like everything is powered already. Okay, wait a minute. We're gonna have to fix some things. It's outputting with the yellow belt. It's not good. I'm gonna output with the whites. Not a yellow belt, a yellow inserter. I wonder if this could have been bottlenecking it earlier too. It could have been. But okay, that's gonna be our episode. Next time we're gonna explore a new technology that we discovered, believe it or not, this late in the game. And then hopefully get into upgrading the smelting. But thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully you'll check out the next episode.